Alright, so I'm hitting about 30% copper out of these boxes right here. Um, 3 or 4 hours to hand sort a box. Okay. Take the zincs, takes about half an hour, 40 minutes to re-roll the zincs. Um, Maybe an hour and a half or so, I don't know. Take the zincs back to the bank. Usually I'm hitting 8, 9 bucks of copper, pennies, face value out of every box of these. So basically, right now I have 22.73 worth face value of pennies. So I have $22.73 invested in copper pennies. Okay. I don't know what the price of copper is today. Um, I don't. Not sure, but
Last time I ran the numbers, I was already theoretically at about a 270% return on my investment. So I have 270% of my money. So the asset worth theoretically, if you can melt these down and sell them as bullion um, or as junk coin, you'd be looking at about $62.27 between the two of these right now. So what is that? I made 40 bucks. Go on to 39 something, 39 and some change. Now, if you consider that I put 8 hours, probably 10 hours into two boxes, and I'm slow. I'm slow. I've never really, sorted coins and rolled them and stuff like that. So people could do this a lot faster than me. But consider I put about
10 hours into this and made 40 bucks. Yeah, per hour, it's not a very good return. But theoretically, this can pay off big time in the future. If the price of copper goes up per pound. Say it goes up, 20, 30 bucks. Then, if this is 20, if the price of copper is 20 bucks a pound, this is worth 100 bucks right here. And it's, $8.50, $9 worth of pennies. Same token, if price of copper goes to, $1 a pound, penny a pound, nothing a pound. These are still worth $8 and some change, 9 bucks, just from face value. So I don't ever lose. I have 0% chance of losing my initial investment. Um, and remember, I am budget man. I'm on a budget. Okay, I have no money. Budget man. So this is perfect for me. I can roll these up if I need some money and go to town, go to the bank, get some dollar bills if I wanted, and it's just a different way of storing your money rather than having them in dollar bills. And it has some intrinsic value behind it. These are metals. This one's precious, so uh, you know these are worth almost 2.5, 3 cents a penny just from the metal value. So potentially you can make some money off it, but you can never lose any money. And this is long term. The melt ban might not be lifted for 20 years, 30 years. This might be a long term sort of deal, but the people who save these, when they first changed to zincs, they're pretty happy. No matter what time, no matter what year, pretty much they ended up selling them after the melt ban was lifted. They probably made profit. They made over face value, or they wouldn't have done it. So people have been making money off these for what, I don't know how many years. 30 years, whatever, 20 years. I don't know, 10 years. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know when the melt ban was lifted on those, but they're pretty happy they held on to them. You might be happy you held on to these at some point in the future. I think I'm going to be the same way. Now, it's a lot of work. It's a penny at a time, and it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but, within the last month, I've been able to gather $20 worth face value. It's 2,070, 2,200 pennies, almost 2,300 pennies, about 15 pounds approximately. And right now, call it 15 pounds, and let's just call it $4 a pound copper. That's $60 worth, you know. So that's profit. Um, so that's kind of helping out my numbers when I'm looking at my overall investment, like how much I've invested and how much my assets are now worth. Uh, Especially with the silver being down about 8%, 7.5% and 8%. Um, Now there's another thing I wanted to do. I wanted, still needed more diversification. So, uh, wanted something that was a little easier to get into. Maybe not as big as of a profit as these initially, but still something that's a long-term investment that I can, really no risk investment. And it's similar, very similar to the penny. What it is the nickel. These are all nickels are 25% nickel, 75% copper. So I have like a little, I consider these an alloy, that I can sell eventually down the line. I think they might come in use, maybe not, they'll still be currency. So I won't, there's $10 rolled right here, and look in here, I got another about $10 that I just picked out of all my change. And there's one Canadian all 100% nickel thing in there. I don't know if it's quite 100%, but supposedly I think it is. Floating around in there. But the rest are the 25, 75 American nickels. I have about $20 wrapped up in this. I don't have to sort these. I bought $10 and sorted them out of my change. But I don't have to look at years to try to kick some. I mean, now I might want to look at them closely if I ever go to sell them, in case there's like a war nickel or something in there that's 90% silver. But besides that, I really don't have to look at them too closely. I just throw them in there and forget it. They're already talking about changing these over to like iron or ceramic or something, because it's costing the mints like 9 cents to make a nickel. So they're losing a lot of money whenever they make nickels. This one might pay off, it might not. It's similar to the penny deal. A lot less work, smaller profit already, but I've already made money off this. Each nickel right now is worth last time I checked was worth like 6.5 cents. 6.4, 6.3 maybe cents per nickel. So technically I have, my assets worth 126% of what I paid for it right now. And I didn't have to work for it at all. I just buy it at instant profit. So that's kind of a way to, because these pennies take a long time and it's a lot of work. And right now, like the per hour, if you're just looking at today's rates, the per hour is not worth. A couple of my buddies think I'm retarded for doing it, but one day it might pay off. And if it doesn't, what was I going to do in that 10 hours anyway? Obviously, it was free time. Everything was taken care of that needed to be taken care of. I was just going to rot my brain away in front of a TV or, on the internet or something. So what's the big deal? Now if you're a big investor, you have tens and thousands and maybe hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. You're not going to be doing this. But for me, with the limited budget I have, I think and being new at this, I'm very new. Like I said, I have a Roth IRA, and I've never, I've had some classes that dealt with a little bit of the market and how things go, and I understand that if the dollar strengthens, then all this becomes less, worth less. Not worthless, but the value is going to decrease as the dollar strengthens. But if you've been looking at the dollar since the beginning of it, basically, it's been losing purchasing power. So I'm playing historical odds here, and I think it's a good bet right now. I could be totally wrong. I could have missed the boat, and I could be just sitting with whatever face value change I have in the end. I could have $20, $20, and $5, and everything else could be worthless. The bullion bars could be worthless. I don't think so. I don't think that'll be the case. Right now, just to kind of go over the overall plan again, and see exactly what I did here. I bought the silver, and over the last month, I'm down 7.5% and 8%. And this is my largest investment. This is about $700 wrapped up into this. I have about $20 worth of nickels, and my asset worth is about 126%. My pennies, I have $22 worth, and my asset worth is $62 theoretical. Nickels and the pennies are theoretical. This is actual. I can, actually go and lose 8% on this in a store if I went and saw probably more than that because they would offer me under spot. So, I could kind of maybe make a little bit of money on the pennies right now if I wanted to. It wouldn't be worth the effort I just put into them though. Nobody's going to give me more than 5 cents for a nickel right now. So I'm not really counting on that, but 15, 20 years from now, we'd be talking a much different ball game. So altogether, I have $743.33 invested in the metals that you see in front of you.
And right now they're worth $733.32. So what's $733 metal asset worth?
So figure that one out though. I have $700 wrapped up in that silver that I'm losing 8% on, and only $40 wrapped up in these American currency coins. And my assets, I've only lost 1.5% overall. I'm at 743.33 investment, 733.32 asset worth for 98.65% ratio. So not too shabby, I don't think. I expected, like I said, I bought silver at a loss just from paying over spot premium and tax when I went into the shop. I guess it was tax or premium, whatever. The spot price times the tax, whatever it was. So I think I did a good thing, and obviously I want more copper. I want to, I don't want to have tons of this stuff, but I figure, I got 15 pounds right now. If I, that's pretty easily stored in my basement. I figure I can get around 100 pounds over, the years. Not saying all right now, and end up storing it down there in a box probably, and no big deal, and just keep adding to the silver slowly. Obviously, I'm gonna buy at smart times, hopefully. And the nickels,